A viewer's tip led to a Five on Your Side investigation, as they often do. And after we started asking questions, the state began taking action. The viewer claimed a restaurant was reposting its menu on food delivery apps under more than a dozen different fake names, flooding the market. Five on Your Side's Keely Arthur found the names are not fake, but this emerging food delivery trend does make it harder to figure out where your food is really coming from.
The food delivery market more than doubled during the pandemic, and all that growth helped fuel the rise in what's known as virtual kitchens or a ghost kitchen. Food from a virtual kitchen is cooked at a real permitted restaurant, but it's sold under a different name and only online for takeout and delivery. It can be a way for restaurants to sell more food, cater to more tastes, and make more money. But what does it actually mean for you? I'm Keely.
Vladimir Mejia is from the Dominican Republic and manages the Dominicans restaurant in Raleigh.
We opened before the pandemic, like right before, and it was tough to get business in. We decided to, just do something different.
That something different was adding what are called virtual kitchens.
During the slow times, like down hours, and that helped a lot. To pay the bills.
And Mejia's business partner told us it's also a way to saturate the market. Five on Your Side tracked each of the virtual kitchens that the Dominicans restaurant has taken on. Breakfast Spot, Croissant Club, Cracked, and the list goes on and on. 18 kitchens in all, which account for about 30% of the breakfast options within 6 miles on DoorDash.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Alex Cantor is the founder and CEO of Next Bite. His company sells the recipes the Dominicans restaurant uses for some of their 18 virtual brands.
These menus are so streamlined and simplified, they can actually repurpose some of the same stuff that's already on one menu for another menu. It makes it easy for them to take on more than one of these virtual menus.
So there's no limitation on the number they can have.
Larry Michael with North Carolina's Department of Health and Human Services told us there is no limit on virtual kitchens because they aren't defined.
There's no statutory definition, no definition in our administrative code. So there's no, defined ghost kitchen, virtual kitchen.
And that's where things start to get really foggy. You won't find virtual kitchens on any health inspection reports. Figuring out their parent restaurant involves cross-checking address information, which you can only find on food delivery apps, and sometimes those addresses are incomplete. It's not even clear how many virtual kitchens there are in North Carolina. And the few guidelines the state does have, it doesn't appear counties are following them.
So if an establishment operates a virtual kitchen or a ghost kitchen, then the local health department must be informed before they actually initiate that new service.
Those are the steps the state expects local health departments to take. But when we asked Wake and Durham counties if they were doing that, they said no, they hadn't gotten that guidance from the state. Following our interview, the state issued preliminary guidance to all county health departments about how to document virtual kitchens and questions inspectors should ask restaurants. They are now working on more formal guidance.
We on top of it, so they shouldn't be worried about it.
Back here at the Dominicans restaurant, Mejia says they put a lot of effort into food safety and plan to continue with their virtual model.
It's very helpful. I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick to this for a long time.
Now, to be clear, it doesn't appear the Dominicans restaurant is doing anything they're not supposed to, and we found multiple other restaurants are doing the exact same thing in our area.
Now, Keely, we reported on the ghost kitchens at RDU International last week. How are these different?
So they're kind of not different, but the FDA, the state, are using those names interchangeably, ghost and virtual. But when you look at how the food and restaurant industry actually defines them, there is a difference. So ghost kitchens, which we did see at RDU, announced last week, multiple cooks for different restaurants cooking out of the same kitchen. So different cooks for each restaurant, whereas the Dominicans is a virtual kitchen, meaning it's one restaurant serving multiple brands online.
What happened to this good old drive-through?
I think the pandemic changed everything, and I think that this is an offshoot of that.
All right. Thank you, Keely.